Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our dual credit Facebook Live presentation. My name is Bob Montes. I'm the director for Del Mar College's dual credit office. With me today, I have Mr. Gary Rivera, who's one of the early college program coordinators, along with Nicole Konzerski, who is also early college coordinator, and she works specifically with our career and technical education courses. So today we're just going to give you a little brief overview of what dual credit is. We know the semester has already started, and so we want to give some information for those currently enrolled students, and also for those who may be interested in starting classes this spring. So with that, Mr. Gary Rivera is going to start the presentation, and if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put them in the chat box, and we'll be having somebody monitor those questions, and we'll get those questions answered to you.
Okay, well, like I said, my name is Gary Rivera. I'm the Del Mar College Dual Credit Coordinator, and we're just going to go over a few little PowerPoint presentation that we made about some of the questions and some of the questions you might have about becoming a Del Mar College Dual Credit student. Okay, first, a lot of times everybody will ask, okay, well, I am interested in doing dual credit, but what is the first steps? What are the steps I need to take to become a dual credit student? And this is what we want to say, relay. If you're in a private school or a public school setting, definitely you want to contact your high school counselor to let them know that you are interested in taking dual credit classes at Del Mar College. Pretty much they'll be the ones to tell you yes, you'll be able to do it. And once they kind of pretty much give you permission, these are the steps that you'll take on becoming a dual credit student. First, of course, you'll have to do the Applied Texas, and basically you'll go to www.appliedtexas.org, and it's real important when you are doing this Applied Texas. It's real detailed oriented. I know it sounds pretty elementary, but it's just you have to put your name, your address, but everything is really important. Everything that must be spelled properly, even your address. I know sometimes a lot of students say, I moved from here to here. You don't know the exact address. Make sure to ask your parents or ask your counselor what's the latest and updated address they have on file for you, so you can put that in the Applied Texas, because that's very important. Another thing that's real important in your Applied Texas is having your Social Security number. So if you don't have your Social Security number, you don't know it, or you think you know it, please ask your counselor or your parent that you have the correct Social Security number. That's very important, because that could delay you becoming a dual credit student, as now if you don't put the correct one, now they probably might need now a copy of your Social Security card to further your process, your Applied Texas. And then second, you would have to pretty much take the TSI. And the TSI will cover English, reading, and math. And so with eligible qualifying scores, your counselor will go over those scores with you and determine if you're eligible to take dual credit classes or not. And some of the other that are required for the dual credit packet is your meningitis shot record. That's good for 5 years. So just remember that. So if you're pretty much close or you're in the bubble, ask a counselor or ask your coordinator, and we'll make sure that you're still updated and you're still good to go. If not, we'll tell you you might have to retake and update your meningitis shot record. Another thing that's required to be a dual credit student is your high school transcript. And that's something that your counselor could get for you. They'll be able to print that out and put that in your dual credit packet. And then another thing, you'll also need your dual credit registration form. And this is really important because it requires a few signatures. It requires actually your student signature, your parent's signature, and actually your high school counselor's signature. So we want to make sure that everything's filled out correctly in this. And also the courses that you're putting, let's say you want to take English. Sometimes by accident, a student will just say, you know what, I want to take English. But also there's English 1301, 1302. So you want to make sure that you fill these registration forms out correctly. I want to take English 1301. And then I'm going to be taking it to ISD. ISD pays, or self-pay. So all these boxes in the registration form need to be carefully filled out fully. Okay, and go to the next slide. And this is another question we also get is, what if I get a hold, and right now, dealing with this COVID, I can't get a hold of anybody at my high school. Who else can I contact? Right now, little by little, a lot of the counselors, the good news is, are matriculating back to the high schools and back to your schools. So I don't think you'll have as hard enough time to find or contact your counselor. But in the event that you do have a hard time finding your counselor, by all means, contact our early college programs office, our dual credit office, at 361-698-1634. And we pretty much know all the counselors at the schools. So if for some reason you go to Skidmore or Sinton or King High School, we'll know the counselor for you to be put in contact. So you contact that counselor, so he or she can help you filling out your paperwork for dual credit. Okay. Another question we get is, right now we have a lot of more students are becoming homeschool, and so a lot of questions we get is, if I'm a homeschool student, who do I contact? Well, that's really easy. You contact our early college programs office, and once again, that's going to be 361-698-1634. Or we have our website at dualcredit@delmar.edu. And you can also contact our director, which is Bob Montes, at 361-698-2424, or his email is in the slide at rmontes8@delmar.edu. And pretty much, we're going to pretty much tell you, if you're a current homeschool student, what you need, and if you're a first-time homeschool student, what you need to do to get the ball rolling on you becoming a dual credit student. Okay. And right now, this is right there. The question number 4: when will DMC begin TSI testing? Well, the good news is right now, there are a lot of schools. What I've been hearing are, if you're going to some of the public schools and private schools, they are testing and having testing dates right now. But if you want to do the testing date on yourself, our Del Mar College testing department is open. Now, due to the COVID-19 situation, it is unlimited access to the campus, and some of the testing center is open to both remote testing and in-person testing. So it's real important that you call the testing department to set up an appointment only. So they're only accepting appointments only. They're not accepting any like walk-ins. So it's real important to contact our Del Mar College testing department and tell them that you're interested in taking the TSI. And once again, you can contact our testing department at 698-1645. Now, one thing that's real important, but before you take the TSI, it's very important, you must take the pre-assessment activity. You must take that. It's pretty much the pre-assessment activity is pretty much like a sample example test of what to expect on the TSI. So that must be done prior to you actually taking the TSI. And for further information, you could call 698-1645, and they could give you more information on the pre-assessment activity, or you can go to delmar.edu and locate our testing department. And right there in the testing department front page, it'll say pre-assessment activity, and you'll click on that, and you'll start your pre-assessment activity. But that must be done first before you could take the TSI actual exam. And question number 5, one of the questions we always get is, what are the deadlines? I want to register, but I need to know some of the deadlines, the classes for spring dual credit. So those are really good questions. And right now, right now I think it's October 21st. That's going to be our priority deadline already. So we're already in September, and by the time you know it, October 21st will be here. So that's why it's very imperative that if you're interested in dual credit, you do talk to your counselor. Hey, I am interested in dual credit. What do I need to do? The steps. And so you can try to have your applied Texas. If you need to retake your meningitis shot again, you can have time to do that. And you can have all your packet done and completed, so we can pick up your packet on or before October 21st. Okay. And of course, the
Just so
final
you know,
deadline.
I'm sorry.
Yes, no,
I was
go
just going
ahead,
to say that
Nicole.
we do have CTE deadlines that do follow these. And we do have students who are interested in CTE programs such as our EMT program. And it does require students to do additional documentation. For instance, students do have to attend a mandatory orientation and complete an additional admissions and registration packet for EMT students. So it's important that they get started with those packets and those items to meet that priority deadline.
So I know Nicole was breaking in and out. I don't know if it was on my end, but I know somebody had asked the question, are there dual credit classes other than general education classes? Yes, they are. Just like Nicole had mentioned, there are career and technical education. Those are courses such as welding, cosmetology, automotive, process technology. So there are other courses other than the core classes that students can take. However, it's subject to approval by your high school. So always begin with your high school to see what courses are available that they're offering under the program. So I just wanted to make sure, because I know we had some little audio difficulties right there.
And Nicole, could you chime in if you don't mind about the EMT I guess packets? Is there like a certain date that they have to fill the EMT packet out, like as far as you know, or?
Yes, so we are requiring the students to meet the October 21st deadline to complete all of that is required of them. Students will have to complete a background check. They will also have to do a drug screening. They will have a additional registration packet that they have to obtain from you. So if they are interested in the EMT program, it's important that they contact their high school counselor and contact the dual credit office so that way we can make sure that they get the registration packet that is required of them for the EMT program specifically, which starts in the spring semester.
All right. Thank you, Nicole. Okay. And our question number 6 is, how will classes for spring 2021 be delivered? And as you all know, we're still kind of, day to day, week to week, with this COVID thing going on. So as of right now, classes will be delivered in spring. Of course, there are going to be online DMC campus and high school are subject to change, based on the local and state COVID. Based on the local and state guidelines for COVID-19. So we have to abide by their rules and regulations, what they want us to do. And so, but right now, they are going to be open. Del Mar is open for online and face-to-face right now on a limited basis. DMC will offer some 8-week courses. Course enrollment in 8-week semesters and subject to ISD approval. So once again, if you are interested in 8-week courses, they are available, but of course you would have to contact your counselor to see if you're eligible or available to take them at your ISD.
And a lot of the classes are moving online, just like Gary said. Our CE programs, specifically our welding program, automotive, and even cosmetology, a lot of those courses do require state seat times, and that is face-to-face courses. So a lot of those classes are still meeting face-to-face. Some of the courses are moving toward a hybrid format, but there is still a face-to-face portion of the course that is required for students.
Great. And question number 8, what do I need to do after I have registered for classes? Okay, well, basically after you register for classes, we highly recommend that all our, even our current as well as our new dual credit student, basically want them to complete and do the our dual credit orientation. It's currently online and it's available on our website. If you go to our dual credit website and click on online orientation, it'll pretty much take you through our online orientation, and it pretty much goes over everything. It'll go over how to log on to WebDMC, Canvas. It goes over everything that a dual credit student should know. And so, and also, it'll, once you have registered for these classes, very important. that you have to pay for your tuition. A lot of people, especially with this COVID and everybody's stressful lives going on, it's very important that you put it somewhere in your calendar or something that you must pay for your tuition, because unfortunately a lot of students, they forget, and they unfortunately get dropped for not paying their tuition. So it's very important to actually put, hey, I registered for my dual credit tuition on this date or part of the week or month. I need to pay for my tuition. So that's very important, so you don't get dropped from these classes. Another thing is, we want you to update and sync your DMC account to your personal account if you're currently a dual credit student. That's very important, because we want everything to be current, like, you know. And also update your phone number to receive your DMC alerts if you're currently a dual credit student. And also view what textbooks will be needed on Canvas, on your Canvas account. We always say, if you're having difficulty logging onto WebDMC or logging onto Canvas, you know, I'm trying to, but it doesn't let me, please contact our Viking Help Desk, and you can reach that at, of course, 698-2330, or Viking Help Desk at 698-2330. And these are our Del Mar College resources that are available to use if I'm having any trouble with my classes. And right now, this is very important, because a lot of people are saying, you know, with this COVID, I really don't want to go to Del Mar or some of our dual credit surrounding areas, like Skidmore. Hey, I do want to go to Del Mar, but it's just very far. Well, we have a lot of our resources that are available to you, like the Stone Writing Center. They currently offer online tutoring, and their online tutoring is offered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, like that, you know. So you need any help with any writing, grammar, composition, literature, having trouble with research, the Stone Writing Center is a resource for you. And they're open pretty much. They have tutoring programs that are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then we have our Math Learning Center. So, like, once again, you know, with this COVID going on, I really don't want to go to the lab. They have actually virtual online tutoring, Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Also Friday and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And of course, we have the number and the website on our slide right there. And then next, we have our Student Success Center, and they pretty much have an array of resources. If you need tutoring on history, government, any science classes, the Student Success Center is for you. And once again, they have their tutor.com 24/7 online tutoring at Viking Centel. And so once again, there's tutoring pretty much 24/7 through the Student Success Center. Okay, and also right there, we have our Viking Help Desk, which is they're available at 698-2330. And if you have a question, let's just say you call and they're closed at the moment. If you email them, as soon as they open up, they'll get back to you. They're real good about getting back to you, and they'll answer your question as soon as possible. Basically, if you put all your contact information there, your email, your phone number, they'll get in contact with you, and they'll help you with your issue you're having. And right now, does anybody have any questions?
We do have a question. The question is, if I'm already a dual credit student, do I need to submit all the admission documents again? The answer to that is no, you don't have to submit your shot record or anything again if you're currently a student. All you would need to submit is the dual credit registration form. That's a dual credit registration form with your demographic information and the classes that you want to take. Again, make sure that you have your signature, the parent signature, and the counselor signature. If you are a homeschool student, your parent will be signing as the counselor and the parent. So just that registration form that we need. If you took dual credit, let's say a year ago, and you sat out more than a year from Del Mar College after taking dual credit, you would have to reapply and possibly submit another shot record if it had expired. But if you have any questions about how to register for classes or anything, feel free to contact us at 698-1634 or 698-2424. We're here to help you We're here. We know that has been a little bit strange start of the semester, even the spring. We are here to help navigate these students into the classes that they're going to want to do. So reach out to your counselors. The first thing that you have to do to start register for the spring courses. I believe that's all I don't see any other questions. If you have any questions right now, feel free to type them into the chat box, and we'll give it a couple of more minutes. Nicole, is there anything other information that they need to know about career technical courses?
Not necessarily about career technical courses. I do just want to push everybody to visit the Dual Credit website, delmar.edu/early college programs. I want everybody to know that we have lots of forms on there, specifically even the dual credit registration forms. A lot of the resources that we discuss can be easily accessed through the dual credit page. We have instructions on how to pay. If you forget how to log in, I just got an email this morning from a dual credit student, again, still having issues logging in the Canvas. So we do have information on how to troubleshoot with some of those things. We have lots of helpful videos that we encourage you to watch. Also, the great orientation that Gary talked about earlier can also be accessed all through the Dual Credit webpage. So we encourage you to visit that page to get more of your questions answered.
And also on the delmar.edu webpage, on the front page, there's a little slot that says how to. There's a lot of how-to videos in there. And just like Nicole said, there's videos in there how to log into WebDMC, Canvas. There's also a new video that they added on a step-by-step video on how to do the Applied Texas. That was just added a few days ago. So that is new on the delmar.edu website under the how-to videos.
Okay. Well, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us this afternoon, and we hope that we've answered your questions. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us via email, phone, or through our website for more information. So thank you all, and have a great afternoon.
Stay Viking strong.
Thank you.